everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, it's nice to have you here. I'm High Priestess Elif. I channel my message, so I receive message from Spirit, and the message that I am going to do today is for the air signs, all air signs, and we're looking at any advice that we can get from Spirit, guidance in the area of love and relationship for you, taking into account the retrograde. Okay, the September retrograde, September 2021 retrograde. That's what we are looking at. It is in Libra, and so your relationships will be affected. And Libra is about harmony and balance. So it is a retrograde that is possibly going into, those are the kinds of energies that will be going into retrograde. So in the areas where we might lack harmony and balance in association with our relationships, that might come to the forefront. But let's take a look. So this reading is for all my air signs, my air sign collective. We are looking at what is happening for you with this retrograde in September. It is the final retrograde of this year. And we just want to get some advice from Spirit. Okay, so I just want to thank my collective. I want to thank my community at my channel. I want to thank you guys for your comments, your love, your donations, all of your support. I appreciate you. I appreciate your subscriptions and your likes and sharing the videos. All of that makes it possible for other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. We are all in this together. We are community, and so we are growing as a collective. We are helping one another as a collective, and so I just want to appreciate you and let you know that I appreciate all that you do, your time, your energy, just watching my videos. Thank you so much, guys. I'm sending you so much love and light. And then, as I said, to those of you who are new, I channel my message. So nothing that I say in my reading is my personal opinion from the start that I begin until I finish. It's me channeling. I start all of my readings with a meditation, and I open the energy for a channel for remote healing in the area of love and relationship for my subscribers. And so if you'd like to be able to tune into that and have access to that stream of energy, that channel of healing, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I think that, as I've explained with this retrograde, where it is going to really be, it's going to be tackling our relationships, we can really do with all the help that we possibly can. Okay, that all the help we can get, we welcome it. All the guidance from Spirit, we welcome it. You've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flame burning. This is a space of healing and growth. I just want to say one more thing before we begin, guys. If you're interested or thinking about getting a personal reading with me, there's a big problem with scammers at the moment. So I want to make this notification right now at the beginning of the video, because not everybody watches to the end. I don't do any bookings via my social media. I don't even do them via my Gmail account. My email address for bookings, for inquiries, is in the description box below. Okay. Right. Now, I always ask that you take a few deep breaths. Settle into your intuition. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, to help you to know and to recognize which parts of the message are meant for you, so that they resonate without a doubt. They will resonate in your energy. And to help you to know what is not yours, so that you can just let it go. Let go. Guys, you have to start understanding that your energy is precious. What you give your focus to is going to grow and expand, even if it is something you don't want. So stop watching things, listening to things, pondering upon things, giving energy to things that are obviously not your business. In every area of your life, if I can give you any advice, and if you are willing to take it, you will have peace. If you allow yourself to start treating your own energy What you give energy to, what you give attention to, what you focus on will grow and expand. So don't give energy to things that are not your business. Only focus on that which feels right for you. It'll resonate because it'll feel like a knowing. That is when you are aligned to the truth that the part of you that is source, that is soul, that is consciousness, knows. When you receive information that aligns with what the bigger part of you knows to be true about any subject in your life, it'll resonate. You will feel it. It'll not feel like discord. It'll not upset you. It'll not make you feel drained. Okay? Be very, very... I'm a snob about my energy. And I would advise anybody that wants to honor their life experience, to honor the version of themselves that is true, that is real, to honor any person that wants to be authentic, any person that wants to be the best version of themselves on a daily basis, any person that wants to tap into the reasons why they are here and not be bombarded and confused by a lot of mixed messages and mixed energy. Start being a snob about your energy. If you don't understand the value of your energy, then there is the answer to your questions. Why this? Why that? Why this? Why do I feel this way? Why am I struggling with this? Why are things not working out for me? Why am I constantly sad? Why am I depressed? Why am I miserable? Because we make what other people think about us and how other people treat us and what other people do or do not do, or whether they validate us or not, or whether they acknowledge us or not, give us credit or not. We make that so important in our lives. And the truth is, other people don't matter. You matter. And you understanding your value and your worth is what matters. You treating yourself with love and respect is what matters. If you have someone in your life that you really, really love and you want to take care of them, think about a child. If you have a child in your care, it doesn't even have to be your own child, and you want to take them, what do? You know you're going to spend the day with the child. They'll be in your care. So you already start thinking about fun things you can do with them because you want them to have the best possible experience. And you're not going to take them somewhere where they're going to be frightened or where they're going to be exposed to things that might upset them. You're not going to take them walking through an area where you guys might be attacked. You're not going to do that. You don't want their memory of your day together. In fact, you don't want to have the responsibility of them having a negative experience. Why do you do it to yourselves? Why do we do it to ourselves? We welcome drama into our lives. We welcome things that are uncomfortable, that our navigational system lets us know, I don't like that. And we force ourselves through it like, oh, you've got to face this. This is the right thing to do. It's the responsible thing to do. If you want to fix this problem, then you need to be willing to sit in the heart of it. Stop giving the problem your attention. The world is vast. If that relationship is causing discord, is making you feel depressed, if the two of you make one another feel unhappy, don't torture one another. Give one another the space and say, rather go and do something you love to do. I'm going to go and do something I love to do. There's a couple of things on my list that I can do in my day in this world. And let's come back together when you and I feel better. Because right now we're not able to do it for one another. Our egos don't allow us to do that. Our ego wants to attach to everything. Our ego wants to make everything our business and wants to make everything a project. If you want peace and harmony, it is that simple. And you deserve it. Treat yourself with the love and the consideration that you will. That innocent child. Why do you deserve less consideration, less tenderness, less care, less love? Okay, let's see. My beloved air signs. Harmony. communication. These are the areas that we need to be mindful of this month. We need to really think about what it is we want to say. We really need to think about what it is, the energy behind what we want to say, and what sort of energy we want to welcome into the situation. We need to think about what it is we want to achieve. I want to be happy. Is what I'm about to say going to contribute to me being happy? No. So why am I going to say it? Because I feel that I need to say it. I need to get it off my chest. But if it's not going to contribute to the outcome that I want, then maybe I need to consider a different route. Yes, I need to give this attention. But perhaps it's something I need to process on myself first. A lot of past things are going to come up here, guys. Relationship stuff, past things. Things that you might have thought you are over, or you're done with, or you walked away from, because this hand of mine, lots of and now the throat. Guys, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Do I just want to say what I want to say because I think it's going to make me feel better, because at the moment I don't like how I feel in this situation? Well, then you need to accept that the outcome is going to make you feel better temporarily, but it's not going to lead to happiness in that dynamic, because you've already established that. So really take a moment to evaluate honestly how your next action, the thing that you're going to say or the thing that you don't say, contributes to what it is you're trying to build in that particular area, especially when it comes to your relationships. I feel like many of you have held back truths. I feel like many of you have held back truths because you didn't want to express certain things, because you were afraid of how the idea of expressing it makes you feel a certain way. The idea of expressing it frightens you. So there are things that you might not have said, and now it's coming back around, and it's coming back around to give you the opportunity to, you're feeling the urge to communicate with someone that you might have thought is in the past, and there's some things you never said, or they never said to you. Take it as it resonates, but definitely there's something stuck in someone's throat chakra. It's things that they really wish they had said, things that if only they said it, they would feel better. They're not feeling exactly what I said. So this person decided not to tell you certain things, not to express certain things. Perhaps they didn't want to feel vulnerable. Perhaps they were in their pride. Perhaps they just felt they don't want you to know. They don't want you to have the upper hand. Perhaps they didn't trust that you would take the information and honor the relationship. And now the fact that what this relationship means to them is coming up again. It's not leaving them alone, and they're feeling as though they should have said something, and it's making them very uncomfortable. But the throat chakra is blocked. There's no peace, there's no harmony. They want peace and they want harmony with you, but it's not going to happen if they don't express. Okay, what is the general energy for my air signs at the moment? Now. Okay, Spirit says there is a tendency to look at what is lost. There is a tendency to look at what didn't work out the way that you wanted. There is a tendency to really focus on where you might have gone wrong and how things went wrong and who is to blame, and what people should have done different and who betrayed you. And so there's all these emotions around seeds that you planted that were not nurtured, or whatever the reason may be, you know how it fits, and it didn't harvest. And you feel robbed. You feel robbed. But Spirit is saying you have to count your blessings. What's going to help you a lot during this phase is to look at the positive aspects and to focus on the fact that even though you might have planted 20 seeds and only 2 things bloomed, that has to be enough. And you can say, yes, I do appreciate those 2 things that have worked out, or those 2 things that are positive, but I'm sad about those others that didn't. Well, how are you going to be fully present to enjoy what has come to fruition in your life if you're focusing on what hasn't from a place of lack or loss? Sometimes it was just not the right time. Sometimes it just needed more time. But you know what? If you focus on the things that are going well in your life, and you bask in the appreciation of doing so and of those things, it opens the way for those other things that might have felt blocked, where you might not fully see the picture, where you might not have the full understanding. Like I say, there's this feeling of things didn't work out the way I wanted, and there's so much I wish I could have said, so much I wish I could have expressed, that I feel I didn't get the chance to do, and I didn't want to, because I didn't want this person to have the upper hand, and I was hoping that they would come towards me, or that I'd get over it and forget about it, or that there'd be some sort of shift. It hasn't worked the way I've wanted. And now I just want to know, where did I go wrong? Who robbed me? What is it that I must do different next time? Who must I look out for next time? And it's nobody outside of you. It's everything is inside of you. It's the choices you made, and your reasons for making those choices are irrelevant now, because you are still not happy. And that's the point. As humans, we do things in our ego, and we make excuses for it, and we argue for our limitations. And some of us, I'm not saying this from a place of judgment. As I say to you, I'm just telling you what Spirit wants me to share, guys. I myself, and I think I expect the collective that comes to my readings to be quite strong-willed and a little bit stubborn, because I am. I speak from experience, you know. And sometimes I'm so stubborn that I even line up with my stubbornness, and I will work through finding myself to be happy without, because I can be so stubborn. And that's okay. Whatever feels right for you, you need to feel honored in everything that you do. But when something's coming back round and it's causing discord in your energy, and it's affecting how you show up in your life, it's causing dis-ease, disharmony, discord, and a sense of being out of balance, that's going to affect every area in your life. Then you have to stop and ask yourself, I made the decisions not to speak my truth. I made the decisions not to be humble and express my feelings for this person. And it could be your person. You need to take it how it resonates, right? But even if it is your person, on some level, it will resonate for you also, you know? Where maybe your person did want to express things to you, and you just felt like giving them a hearing would put you in a position, will let them know that you're still vulnerable to them, and you didn't want to do that. Whatever it may be for you, you know how it fits for you. You've got to stop and ask yourself, I've made the decision. I made it a while ago. I'm still not at peace with it. I still feel this weight on my chest, like I should have said certain things. I still feel like I'm not at peace with how things are between us. I still feel the discord, and I'm not able to move beyond it. I know it's not okay. And I'm not happy. That's the most important thing. I'm not happy with how things are with us, so What is it that I can do differently? Because obviously I made decisions that didn't contribute to me being happy. So now, the advice to you is, instead of beating up on yourself, wanting to go in and do everything different all of a sudden, Spirit is saying, you don't have to do anything drastic. You can commit over the next few weeks to focus on what has harvested, the things in your life that work, the things in your life that bring joy and abundance. Focus on them only. Don't focus on the situation that has not gone the way that you want. Because if you do, you will just keep attracting that same, whatever the energy is now, you'll keep attracting it. Focus on the things, and if you find yourself thinking about that situation with this person, do it from a place of appreciation, or don't do it at all. Otherwise, it's like digging a deeper hole. You have to be ready and willing to count your blessings. And that means slow down. Focus on what is working. Be present with that, and stop trying to fix things. Stop trying to go in, get your hands dirty, fix things, because you find yourself running around like a headless chicken and still being frustrated and feeling like nothing has happened. So over this next while, count your blessings. Guys, this reading is going to give you a lot of guidance and advice of what you can do over the next period. Write it down if you need to, or save this reading if it resonates, so you can go back and listen to it. And if you are not the one that hasn't expressed yourself, please know that somehow this is what's coming up for your person at the moment. Somehow Spirit is bringing them this realization as well, that they've been focusing on everything that didn't go the way that they want, and they really lost focus on everything, all the good things that came into their lives, everything that did go the way that they want, all the favor and all of the abundance. They've not been in an energy of appreciation, and if it's you, take it as it resonates. Not really been in an energy of appreciation, because if you're basking in the energy of appreciation, then you feel satisfaction and happiness, balance and harmony more often than not. And if you've not been feeling that way more often than not, then you've been focusing on what you don't like and what you're not grateful for more than what you are grateful for. Okay? And Spirit says, the signs are with you already. The signs of where, if you are in a relationship, you would notice that maybe something that happened a while ago, or something that used to be a theme in your relationship, started to come up again with your person or with you, in terms of how you guys communicate with one another. And you express, there might be a tendency to express yourselves from a place of inner disharmony, and then projecting it onto the other person. And then obviously that causes discord. And that might have been quiet for a little while, but now it's coming up once again. And so Spirit is saying the signs are already there. If you find yourself in a situation where you are in separation because you're in a twin flame dynamic and your person is not with you, you guys might not be communicating, then take it as it resonates, because what is happening here is, in that sort of scenario, Spirit is saying your person is realizing that what they've been wanting to say to you, what they've been wanting to express, they've not been doing it, and this has created more discord. They've not been in their truth. They've been running from their truth. And that third party that they are with, just because it's functional, just because it makes sense, because of the financial commitments and all those other things, the signs of the disharmony and the discord in that connection are already starting to show up. You cannot run from your truth just because it's easier, or it seems more stable, it seems more comfortable. It's a delusion. Right. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying that this is a good time for you to clear your space. Clear your space. Think about everything that you spend time in your body. So a detox is good. Your home. Clear out the things that you are hoarding, that are taking up space, that you no longer need, that you no longer use. And give it away. Give it to people who can make use of it. Your wardrobes, your space. Remember, your body is also symbolic of home. So your body and your home. Do a clearing over the next few weeks. At least, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, do a clearing and get someone. If you know how to do it, then you do it. But if you have a spiritual advisor, a spiritual healer or shaman that you deal with, someone, a psychic, a medium, get someone to come and do a proper cleansing for you of your space, of your home. And whilst you're going through the process of doing that, start to write down, what is it that you would like to fill your space with? Because you're going to be starting anew. Think about it this way. If you clear a space, now it's empty. Now you can start filling it with new energy. What would you rather not fill it with that you feel you did the last time? So yes, we're talking about the tangible things, but we're also speaking about energetically. What is it that you bring into your home? What is it that you bring into your mind and your heart and your emotions energetically? What are the thoughts that you allow to occupy your home, which then affects your emotions and the energy that you create, manifest, and attract with, that has not been serving you, that is not healthy, that you'd rather not do when you start afresh, once the clearing and the cleansing's done, once you've done the detoxing, once you've done the cleansing. What sort of energy would you like to start to fill your home and your home, which is your physical body, with? Okay? Because everybody thinks about cleansing, right? But when you empty a bottle for the purpose of reusing it so that you can put a new liquid into it, and you don't want it to be contaminated with the old stuff, then you already know before you start cleaning the bottle what you're going to replace it with. But when we do cleansings, we don't think about that. We think, I'm going to cleanse, I'm going to detox, I'm going to go through a cleansing process, and then afterwards I'm just going to do the same things I did before. And that doesn't make sense. But we do that. Now, as I said to you, when I got that pain in this arm, that heaviness, that weight, there's old stuff, there's past things. The past returns for a while, for a time. And during this period, the past is going to return for you. And if your person's an air sign, for your person, whatever, you both might have air in your chart, take it as it resonates. But the past is going to return for a while. And these, you've already been given so much guidance as to how to honor it. The past can serve in such a beautiful way if we let it. You have to maintain the calm amidst the chaos, which means you've got to understand that you control the energy you bring into this time, and you can maintain that energy. Keep it slow, keep it steady, keep it calm. Be focused. Look at things, clear things out, clear the energy out so you can look at it as though it's clean. So clear. So for example, if it's a relationship that is that is still popping up for you from the past? Have you done the clearing and the around your beliefs, your thoughts, and the things you did, or the beliefs you obtained based on the situation that have not been good for you? Have you cleared out the mess in relation to that relationship or that situation? Because when it comes back round, it's going to come back on the same grid, which was messy. So you can clear that up. And what that means is things happened a certain way. Now this is coming back round. I want to deal with it. It's at the forefront. But am I going to deal with it based on that old energy, or am I going to deal with it from a fresh start? So since I'm starting over with this person right now, what is the energy that I'd like to bring into this? It doesn't mean they're going to stay. It doesn't mean they have to stay. But it means that the universe is giving you an opportunity to resolve something that has created a blockage for you and for your person. Since we are starting over, since we are giving this a new opportunity for resolution, for resolve, for closure, for whatever it needs to be, or just for us to have peace with one another so that we can move on in our lives and progress. Is it going to make sense for me to bring in the same old energy? Am I going to be moving forward? What is this progression from that? Okay? What is the progression? Right, let's take a look. I want to ask specific questions for this reading. I actually want to ask specific questions. Where are my questions? Move that out of the way. Okay, so we've taken a look at the general energy. Okay. With regards to your relationship, whichever relationship is dominant for you at the moment, whichever relationship is at the forefront for you energetically, whichever relationship is on your mind, is in your heart center, what will you be guided towards? Because as I say, with the retrograde, it's communication, it's harmony and balance. Some stuff from the past coming up. What is it that Spirit is guiding you towards? What is it that this retrograde is going to assist you with, guide you with, facilitate for you during this period? Because this is helpful to keep in mind, even if things don't look the way you want them to look, to know that it is contributing towards what the planets, what Spirit is wanting to guide you towards. And if you can do that, you can be in that knowing and not just be triggered and not just react. Okay, so Spirit is saying you are going to be guided towards this feeling of being abandoned, feeling left out in the cold by your person, where you feel like you're not as happy as you'd like to be if you're with them, or they're not as present as you'd like for them to be. But for many of you, you are not with them, and this is what this period is going to guide you towards, coming to realize that you're still not happy without them. You might be happy, but you still don't feel like things are right. You still don't feel satisfied being without them. Them not making space for you in their lives, or you feeling as though they don't want you in their lives, or not knowing if you want them in your life, you know. To come to the understanding that sometimes it looks as though things are dark and gloomy, and all we need to realize is that home is there, the doorway is there. We just need to be willing to let ourselves into that doorway. We might think that we should wait for an invitation, but there's nothing wrong with knocking on the door. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So you're going to be guided towards, and in some situations, Spirit is saying where where you might be in that situation where you are in the third party situation, and you are the person that is with someone, but your heart is elsewhere, or you feel a connection elsewhere, and you're just staying there because you feel like it's the easiest thing to do, or it makes sense, or you have fears and all of those other things. That what this is going to facilitate is letting go of that false sense of hope and that false sense of security, even if it means being uncomfortable for a while. So if it's your person's case and scenario, then that is what they will be guided towards. If it's your story, take it as it resonates. But somebody is coming into the energy of being the master, the ruler of their own life, the director of their own life, especially emotionally. I'm getting the energy of a situation where a masculine might have been in a very distorted energy of the shadowed lover archetype, where they struggled with being vulnerable, where they struggle with the intensities of love and emotion, and where they just where they believe for a long time it might just be easier to be in a situation or relationship where there aren't these intense emotions, because they didn't like how out of control it makes them feel and what it triggers inside of them. So this masculine might have had issues with addiction, overindulgence, it could be substance, it could even be addiction to love and sex, it could be any of those things, because it is associated with the shadowed lover. And there is a maturity that they've come into, that they are stepping into, and this retrograde is facilitating this as well, where they emerge as a king, emotionally balanced, know who they are, comfortable with who they are, love themselves, enjoy themselves. They are able to now see how you could appreciate who they are just as they are, and how it's important for them. What is a king if he's not sitting in his throne and ruling his castle? If he steps off of his throne and he goes into in someone else's castle, that's chaos. The king doesn't do that. So it might be the warrior that the king sends off to go and conquer other people's castles, but it's not the king. You see, the masculine has to be in a certain energy to show up as the king. It means that they have a clearer sense of who they are. I've got the King of Cups here. And this King of Cups is comfortable with love, has a good understanding of what love is. They have this cup that they want to offer. And I'm seeing that is what this period is going to be guiding towards. Someone moving forward with communication, clear communication. Decisive, not waiting and pondering anymore. Taking action. Communicating clearly, feelings, making this offer of love, making this emotional offer, this cup. Someone is definitely going to come towards you to speak with you about either this breakup that you guys have had and how it made them feel, and what they've realized as a result, or about the breakup that what they've walked away from and everything associated to that, or you. Okay, I want to ask Spirit, because look at it, in order for you to obtain real harmony and balance in your relationship, there has to be some clarity, there has to be some honesty, and it has to come from a place of maturity, not just acting impulsively, but having a clear sense of where you are. You cannot go and communicate who you are and where you are if you don't know yourself, you see. So that's what will bring a lot of harmony and balance in. And you might be the one that feels that you've been holding off communication and you've got things that you should have said. And if you allow yourself to come to this place of quiet, of harmony, then you'll be able to go forward and have this conversation and feel more harmonious and feel more balanced. Okay? So how will this connection be affected by the retrograde? Thank you, Spirit. How will this connection with my collective, the connection that they have on their mind, how will the connection be affected by the retrograde over above what Spirit has already shown? The relationship that you are in now. If you are with your person, Spirit says there's going to be a period where your person is going to realize that if they don't deal with whatever it is that is making you feel as though there is a disconnect between you, that is making you guys have these arguments and these disagreements or this discord that makes you feel like you want to step out of this, then they need to allow themselves to mature and to elevate into this King of Cups energy, where they are able to make a mature emotional commitment here and communicate from that maturity and stop communicating from immaturity. How will this retrograde affect my collective's connections? You know, this might help us to see how what to expect, and then not to feel a little bit not to feel shocked by it, you know. Inspired movement, intuitive movement forward, spiritual guidance forward in a particular direction. To overcome whatever it is that needs to be dealt with here. This has been a very long time coming, but somebody wants victory here. You want to get this right, and your person wants to get this right. If this is your person, it means it confirms forward movement towards you. And even if you're with your person, in the area where there might still be discord, old things coming up, forward movement towards you. Your person will be moving forward towards you in a way that is divinely guided for victory. There's been a lot of I see a lot of battles here. So either you guys have been having a lot of fights or disagreements, or there was a fight here that affected you guys in a tremendous way. And if that's not the case and you've not been in communication for a while, then it is your person's been fighting lots of battles to get to the point where they can now move towards you. But they want this victory. even though they don't know what to expect in many cases, because they don't know how you are going to respond. This is unknown territory for them. They don't know what to expect. And in some cases, there is a lot that is unseen that really needs to come out into the light for this healing. But there is healing here. The star is here. There's healing and wish fulfillment. All right. So we're going to get some advice, some final advice for the air signs. Regarding the retrograde and everything that Spirit has shared with us in this reading. Gosh. I don't know how, I'm looking at the time, I'm like 50 minutes into the reading, and I only pulled like 6 tarot cards here. I don't know how people can pull like 2 or 3 decks of cards, because from 2 or 3 cards, there is already so much that comes through. And I always worry that I'm going to run out of time. But Spirit says that you have to align yourself, beloved, with the readiness for change, because there is an opportunity that is coming in here for you. There is an opportunity. But what that means is that it might not look the way that you would expect. There's got to be a readiness for change, change in expectation, change in perspective. Your inner wild child awakens. Free spirit. Now this could be you or your person. And for me, Spirit is saying to me, for many of you, this is your person. Your person has really held back who they really are. They really held back, trying to be controlled and to be mature, because they're afraid of this wild child. They're afraid of being free, because they've been taught being free is not good, that they need to have all of these boundaries. But someone very free and liberated is emerging here, so you can look forward to that. And if you need to do that for yourself, and if it's speaking to you, then take it as it resonates, beloved. This has been your message. Love and light to you. If you find that it resonates, please comment, let me know how. If you're interested in a personal reading because you'd like further guidance, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below, because this is general, so it's not a personal reading. All right. Do what is best for you. Take care of yourself. I hope that you implement the advice that Spirit is given, because it is so precious. Love and light to you. Take care. Bye now.